After the tense confrontation outside, Mia returns to her flat, visibly shaken. Inside, she grabs a bottle of cider from the kitchen and takes a long swig, her eyes fixed on something outside the window. The camera cuts to a shot through her window, providing an objective view of the urban landscape below. Mia then grabs an old portable CD player and looks out, lost in thought. This moment of solitude is abruptly interrupted as she turns back to find her mother's voice ringing out from inside the flat. As she steps into the living area, Mia's little sister Tyler is now there. "Is Connor coming to the party?" she asks Mia from her position atop the couch. Before Mia can respond, Joanne's voice interjects from off-screen. "What did I say to you about speaking with your sister?" Mia shoots a venomous glance toward her mother. As Joanne approaches, it is impossible not to notice the clear differences between her and Mia. The younger sister looks clean and innocent, while Joanne has more world-weary energy about her. Despite their differences, they stand united against the rest of society's judgment. Tyler gets off the couch and approaches the doorway, with Joanne now blocking her path. Mia pulls out a wad of bills, a subtle hint at the lengths she goes to in providing for her family. This is a stark contrast from Joanne, who seems more keen on being a friend than a mother. Mia counts out precisely £2, which she then gives directly to Tyler as Joanne looks on. Joanne responds to this overt act by hitting Mia across the face, declaring, "That isn't for yourself," implying a moral code even Joanne cannot bear transgressing. Joanne grabs Tyler and declares, "Out!" Before either can leave, Mia delivers a withering blow by reminding Joanne of the past and telling them Connors is coming to the party. The comment stings. Joanne reacts in rage by turning back and physically assaulting Mia. She grabs Mia's hair, and they tumble towards the door as Mia tries defending herself. Tyler is frozen as she watches the chaotic violence unfold. Pushing off her, Mia tries to leave only to be confronted by her mother. Mia screams while trying to fight Joanne off to go, but Joanne screams even louder and tells Mia to stop. With nothing but her words, Mia declares that she is going to the party and that they all can't stop her. A look is exchanged, with the understanding of power that exists even in their volatile relationships. With a final glare, Mia storms out of the flat. Back in the bedroom, she collects items from their dresser, her face a portrait of simmering anger. Finally, armed with these, Mia heads toward the exit, where she stops for a moment. The screen fades. Leaving the scrapyard behind, Mia and Billy embark on a new plan. After leaving a note to alert her sister about her whereabouts, she heads to what seems to be Internet Point, which is adjacent to a storefront offering cheap calls abroad. Inside the Internet Cafe, she focuses entirely upon locating dancing crews. While on a website displaying hip-hop dance clips, Mia begins to hone moves. She is looking into herself with an unusual concentration. It is as if everything else faded. These are the sequences and aspirations that captivate her. It is what makes sense in Mia's life at the moment. It is an expressive language beyond the constraints imposed at home. The door opens behind and a crowd of girls walk in, looking like they are ready for a fight. At the head of them is Joanne. Tyler is also behind the crowd. They spot Mia and begin converging around her. "You're a disgrace," Joanne accuses. "You haven't even touched the state of it." Mia and Joanne are in each other's face again, the tension from the flat still unresolved. Tyler is looking up at them. Connor steps forward in this moment and says, Whoa, what's going on here, ladies? WD." The scene cuts to Mia's bedroom. She's putting on her shoes and collecting possessions that are near and dear to her, seemingly ready to go or run away again. Opening the door, she is confronted with Tyler's quizzical eyes. Mia opens and rummages through a bag where she finds Connor's trousers and proceeds to empty the pockets. Looking around in the trouser pockets, Mia finds a small amount of money, 2 small bags of pills, and a note containing an address. Mia puts the money back in the bag along with the note containing the address. Putting the drugs directly into her mouth and swallows, she gathers herself and abruptly leaves, leaving Tyler without saying a word. Mia is shown once again pushing Billy along in a shopping cart, only to crash to a halt in the parking lot of a Wicca's hardware store. Mia needs to get money to secure lodging at the address found in Connor's trouser pocket. In what seems to be a spur-of-the-moment decision, Mia asks Billy to give her a boost up the wall and clamber her way over a chain fence so that they might get somewhere. Eventually, Billy follows suit as she helps him over. She laughs and says, "You're a nice one, you are." The pair stroll through Wicca's, seemingly without purpose, up until Mia stops in front of the security guard, Connor. She is all smiles and asks him how he's doing. Mia flirts with him, remarking that it must be a boring job. He retorts, "It's my job to chuck you out." Mia laughs and makes a beeline for Billy, who's waiting further down the aisle. She pulls him in close, grabs money out of his pockets and says, "Let's see what you've got, me babes," and jokes that they are leaving before he's disappointed. They are soon back in the shopping cart, and Billy is pushing her along. The clouds begin to darken and merge above, and the images fade into flocks of birds darting around the sky. The scene cuts to a bedroom. Both are laying on the bed. Mia is staring ahead into space, and Billy is offering her a beer. Billy gives her a tender look, and she says, "What?" He replies, "You talkin'?" And Mia replies with an unusual sense of self and resolve, "Right, let's go to work then." In another scene, a fair-haired woman answers the door, and Mia pushes herself in, asserting, "I'm here for Kelly." With a steely glaze in her eyes, Mia marches past her and barges her way into a room where her stepfather is lounging on the sofa. She is a woman scorned. He pulls himself up from the sofa, and Mia declares to him that this is all his fault. Her stepfather is unmoved and replies, "Oh, here we go." Mia screams at her stepfather and demands that Kelly be brought back, accusing him of ruining her life, and Kelly's too. As tensions reach a peak, he slaps her across the face. Mia's response is immediate and full of rage. She grabs a glass ashtray from the table and smashes it against his forehead. In a state of shock, Mia turns and flees the scene. She bursts through the front door and sprints away. She is an animal now. Running. She arrives back at her house, out of breath. After collecting herself for a moment, she lets herself in and goes straight to the kitchen. Mia opens the fridge and grabs a beer. She pops the top and takes a long swig. She goes to a cupboard and grabs some crisps. After closing the cupboard, she stares directly ahead, lost in thought. She grabs her bag and marches directly to the backyard. She struggles to unlatch the window to Kelly's room, eventually opening it. Mia climbs through the window and enters Kelly's bedroom. She pulls out the camcorder and takes a seat on the sofa. She plugs it in and begins rewinding the tape. Eventually, Mia finds footage of her with Kelly, seemingly in the not-so-distant past. The tape is of Kelly and Mia in the backyard of what appears to be Kelly's home. Mia sits on the sofa, staring at the screen. She is expressionless and seemingly lost for thoughts. She continues to stare into the screen, and the film cuts. The next scene begins with Mia drinking from a can of beer, aimlessly walking the streets near her house. She is seen to drink directly from the can and continues her walk with an apathetic expression. She turns a corner and walks in the opposite direction, drinking as she goes. Eventually, she turns off the road and begins to cross a field. She is no longer drinking and sets her target for a cluster of trees in the distance. She climbs over a fence and crosses another field with a new sense of purpose now. She kicks off into a run as she approaches her target. Mia sprints across the field. She is nearing some houses on the outskirts of town. She arrives at a wooden fence and pulls herself over it. She begins to make her way through a garden with intent. She reaches a back door and knocks loudly on it and then tries the handle. It is locked, but she then spots an open window. She pulls it open with a struggle and climbs inside, and the scene cuts. Mia is running down a road away from the houses. Again, she is full of intent as she marches determinedly down the road. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.